Hello, and welcome to this presentation about automating Puppet certificates renewals. My name is Raphael Pinson, and I'm an infrastructure developer and DevOps enthusiast. I've been using Puppet for about 10 years and have mainly focused on file editing with OJS. I work for Camptocamp, an open source editing and consulting company based in Switzerland, France, and Germany. We've all been there. You've had Puppet successfully running in production for nearly 5 years and all is going well, and then you realize your self-signed Puppet CS certificate is about to expire. What are your options? The first option is to generate a new CA key pair. This works, but you will need to re-sign all the agent certificates, which is a long and complex task. If you go that path, you'll need another tool to automate it, typically Ansible or mCollective. The second option is to keep using the same CA key pair and generate a new CA certificate from it. This way, your agent certificate will still be valid with the new CA certificate. If we're going to deploy a new CA certificate, we obviously want to do that automatically. And finally, we'll need to think of automating agent certificate renewals too. When a certificate is expired, it's too late to renew it. This is especially true of a CA certificate. If you don't plan ahead, you'll need to deploy the new certificate by hand or using another tool such as Ansible or mCollective, since the agents won't trust the Puppet master anymore. Fortunately for us, there is an official module provided by Puppet Incorporated to regenerate and deploy a new CA certificate from an existing key pair. This module is called cert regen, and it can be downloaded from the Puppet Forge. Once installed on your Puppet master, it will add a new Puppet phase called cert regen, which allows you to replace the current CA cert with a new one. Once this is done, you can simply include the cert regen client class in your base profile class, so all your agents get the new version of the CA certificate, ensuring a smooth transition. So now a Puppet CA certificate is good to go for another 5 years, and we can sign in relief. Or can we? Agent certificates also have a 5-year expiration period, and chances are some of these servers you started automating with Puppet 5 years ago are still in production, right? So it turns out we'll also need to automate agent certificates renewal. In order to achieve certificate auto-renewal, we first need to set up automatic certificate signing. There are 2 approaches to achieve this in Puppet. The legacy approach is to use the autosign.conf file, either with static certificate names or using wildcards. In either case, this approach is insecure and should not be used. The other approach is called Autosign policy and allows to specify an external command to validate certificate signatures. You can either create your own script or have a look at the Autosign gem, which takes care of generating unique tokens for you. Autosign scripts are rather easy to write, and they usually make use of the CSR challenge password attribute to pass a secret value, such as a pre-shared key, for example. The second component we will need is a way to regenerate the Puppet certificate on the nodes using Puppet itself. The Puppet certificate module provides a Puppet certificate type, which does just that. It supports Puppet certificate generation, setting a grace period to renew the certificate before it expires, as well as removing the certificate from the CA server using its API. While the Puppet certificate type supports contacting the CA server to clean up the interface, the CA itself doesn't support it out of the box. In order to fix this, we need to tune the auth.conf file to allow API callers to clean certificates in the CA. What we want is for certificates to be able to clean themselves and no other certificate. This can be achieved quite simply with this rule, allowing the match certificate in the path to perform a delete operation on itself. Finally, auto-signing requires to keep a CSR attributes.yaml file on each node with a secret allowing to sign a new certificate when it is generated. Using a clear pre-shared key is not a great idea, as this allows to generate any certificate on the CA server. Another possible approach is to generate unit tokens per node, generated from the pre-shared key and parameters that mustn't change when the certificate is renewed. It can simply be the certificate name, but you can also throw in other trusted facts such as the PP role or PP environment certificate extensions. Here I'm using a Ruby function that implements a simple hashing function. I chose an implementation that mirrors the base64 SHA-256 function in Terraform, so I can use the same method for auto-signing Puppet certificates from Terraform. You'll obviously need to adapt your autosign script so it compares the challenged password with the right hash. Let's put it all together now. This code can go into a common profile Puppet class, for example. When the Puppet certificate is less than 20 days from expiration, the Puppet certificate type will clean the certificate from the CA server using its current certificate to authenticate, then clean its certificate locally, generate a new certificate using the CSR attributes the YAML file to insert the unique token as a challenge password. It will wait for 60 seconds for the certificate to be signed by the CA, and at the end of the Puppet run, the node has a new valid certificate, allowing it to send its reports to the Puppet master. We've now set up an automated Puppet certificate renewal system, and we can rest assured that our nodes will keep their credentials up to date at all times. Now that this is automated, you might also want to lower the expiration period on your agent certificates to 3 months, for example. Thank you.